Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your month ahead reading for December 2022. We're going to take a peek at what's in store for you for the upcoming month, and Spirit has a question for you. Trust. When it comes to receiving what you need and want, what do you trust will happen? Where is your faith lacking? What would help you to build trust where it is most needed? And let's see what other energies are surrounding my Sagittarius collective for December 2022. And what we have for you is Snake, shed old skin. So this is super interesting what we have for my Sagittarius collective. We have the Trust card and we also have the Snake card. Snakes are not necessarily always about deception. It could really be about shedding that old skin. So I think that when it comes to your life experiences, Sagittarius, there have been more than a few that have slowly chipped away at your trust over time. Not necessarily just trust in other people, but I think also trust in yourself. Because I think that a lot of times there are situations that we find ourselves in where we are disappointed or betrayed by other people in other situations. And we tend to internalize and say, well, why didn't I see that coming? Why wasn't I able to sniff out that deceit? Why did I allow myself to get taken advantage of? It's always, what did I do? Why did I do this? Why did I deserve this? And, sometimes the answer is we saw the red flags and we chose to believe the best in people, or we chose to hope for the best in certain situations. Other times, people are just really, really good at hiding who they truly are. And there was nothing that we could have done until we saw them for who they actually are. So I think that all of this over time builds up for us. And we create this sort of outer shell, this thick skin around us that creates an environment where we're not trustful of people at all, even when they haven't necessarily done things to deserve that. And so I feel like December is a good month for you to sort of evaluate what it is that you need to be able to be in a place where you can give people even just a little bit of trust. It's almost that what's that phrase? Trust but verify. So I think that you've gotten to the point in your life, Saggies, that you know what to look out for now. You have seen the red flags before. You are more able, I think, to trust your instinct because you've experienced things. It's almost like, getting a vaccination or something, right? You train your body to know what to fight against. And I think that you, whether you believe it or not, have trained yourself to trust your instinct now. And so I think it's time for you to shed that old skin, to get rid of that thick layer that may be preventing you from welcoming good people into your life because of the experiences that you've had before with not so great people. But let's get into some tarot and see if we can pull some more messages for you. So starting off with your energy going into December, we have the Ace of Air. This, or the Ace of Swords in traditional tarot. So this is my truth card. This is really sort of standing in your own power, speaking truth to power, if you will. So this is the beginnings of conversations. This is the like straight, no chaser, no cut cards, no bull. And so I think that going into December, you have found your voice, that you know what's good for you, you know what's not good for you, and you are in a place of not letting people disturb your peace. Like the second that they do, it's like, oh, child, game on, game on. And we have that clarified by the Five of Earth, the Five of Pentacles in traditional tarot. So this is a card of really sort of being on the outside looking in. There's a sense of lack. that's associated with this card. And I think to a certain extent, Sagittarius, that you are, I don't want to say lonely, but you are missing out, I think, on experiences, that there's a little bit of wistfulness that's happening around you. You know, whether this is romantic relationships or whether this is in friendships or in the workplace, being able to advance, or having collegial relationships with the folks that you work with, there's a sense that something is missing. And it's because you can't necessarily let your guard down. That you have sort of built up this wall, this thick skin so much that you just won't allow anybody or anything in at this point. But it does feel like you are ready for change. And I think that you're being honest with yourself, you know, about things that have not happened. And I think that you don't have an issue now being honest and direct with other people. So why this message is important for you? We have Magician in reverse. So the Magician, when it's upright, is really about transformation. It's about someone who has every tool at their disposal. They have the pentacle, they have the wand, they have the sword, they have the cup, and they can use it however they want to transform their life. I think that right now, Sag, that you are feeling a little bit stagnant, that you are feeling a little bit stuck, and that there is this craving, this need for change that you're experiencing. But there is a hesitation because you have this doubt where you may not necessarily trust yourself in that you're going to make the right decisions in terms of people that are around you or situations that you involve yourself in. And we have that clarified by the Messenger of Air. This is the Knight of Swords in traditional tarot. This is a very fickle energy. It's very back and forth. It's very wishy-washy. It's quite indecisive. And so I think that this indecisiveness going along with the Magician in reverse is a lot of uncertainty about your capability, about your ability to discern who's right to have in your life, who you shouldn't have in your life. And I feel like Spirit is saying that you need to do a little bit of healing, Sagittarius, in thinking about what it is that broke your trust before and how you can create an environment where you feel comfortable giving people an opportunity to show you who they are without completely losing yourself, without giving everything away to them up front, right? Trust, but verify. So I think that it's important for you to hear right now because you're so unsure of how to move forward. But I think that deep down, you know, with the Five of Earth, that, you know, you're missing something. You feel like you're missing out on something important. Now, how you can get the most out of this month, we have the Chariot in reverse. So what I'm feeling for you, Sag, I just heard baby steps. So this is not you just launching out there and, you know, exposing yourself to the world. This is you treading cautiously. I don't know if you've ever seen like pictures of like or videos of shelter dogs being adopted, but usually it takes them a long time to trust whoever has, you know, adopted them. And the way that a lot of doggy parents can tell is that the dog will roll over and they'll show their belly, right? That's like the most vulnerable position that a puppy can be in. And so I feel like Spirit is saying, it's okay. Take your time. You don't have to show your belly right away, Sagittarius. Like, you know, you don't have to expose yourself to everybody, but start taking the steps to get to know people. Let them get to know you a little bit. You don't have to tell your life story at the first meeting or anything like that, but you got to push strength. So sometimes it takes a lot of strength to be a little bit vulnerable because we're, to a certain extent, exposing ourselves We're letting people in, and there's always a chance, right, that that person will hurt us. But without taking that chance, we won't be able to come across people who won't. So closing yourself off absolutely guarantees that you will not get hurt, but you will also not experience the joy of being around people who are truly there for you, who you can actually trust. So Spirit is saying, take those little steps. Push yourself. Just a smidgen. Like I said, you don't have to show your belly right now. You don't have to do that. Not at first. Grow into it. Trust, but verify. Now, something that you might want to explore in the month of December, something that my Sagittarius collective might want to explore, we have the Page of Fire. So this is the Page of Wands in traditional tarot. It's the beginnings of excitement. So think about the things that excite you. Think about things that you're interested in and pursue them. So maybe you want to take up a new hobby. You could go on Eventbrite or, I don't know, Facebook. Maybe they have clubs and stuff for things that you are interested in, and get to know people around you. Sort of get out there and explore, experiment. Go to a museum opening that you're interested in. Go to a movie screening or some other event that, you know, that sparks your interest, because that might be, you know, sort of the thing that gets you on common ground with someone. So at least you have a starting point to start getting to know people. We have that clarified by the Two of Earth, or the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So when it's upright, the Two of Pentacles is about juggling, trying to find that balance, that equilibrium. And we saw that in the beginning of your spread as well. So I feel like Spirit is saying that when you feel this excitement, there may be a little bit of nervousness that comes along with it. So ride it out. That's where the Strength card comes in. You may feel a little bit awkward. You may feel a little bit off balance. But if you want to get out of this place of feeling lack, of feeling without, of feeling that you're on the outside looking in, you're going to have to do something that makes you a little bit uncomfortable. But again, just a little bit. These are baby steps. This is you getting back out into the world and allowing yourself to meet people, allowing people to meet you, getting to know them over time, right? No need to rush it at all. Now, something to be mindful of this month, we have the Seven of Earth in reverse. This is the Seven of Pentacles. And when this card is upright, it is really signifying someone who has planted seeds and they're waiting very, very patiently for them to ripen, for them to grow so that they can harvest them. So I feel like something that you may need to consider is that if you do not plant seeds, there is nothing for you to harvest. There's no need to be patient. There's no need for you to wait, because there is nothing there. So if you want to be able to at some point reap the harvest of friendship, of romance, of upward mobility in your business or your place of work, you are going to have to make that decision with the Two of Fire or the Two of Wands in reverse to plant those seeds. So without sort of making this decision, because the Two of Fire, the Two of Wands in traditional tarot is someone who is, you know, sort of, there's a staff that they have planted that's not moving anywhere. And then they have another one in their hand that they can wave around as much as they want, and they're holding the earth in their hand. So they can decide to stay where they are, or they can go out and explore the world. And so if you don't make that choice to go out and explore the world, you're not planting seeds. You're not going to harvest anything. And you're always going to have that feeling that you're going to be on the outside looking in. So I feel like Spirit is telling you to make that decision. Start planting the seeds of trust, not just in other people, but in yourself, and the ability for you to use your discernment that you have hard fought over a long period of time, is what it feels like to me. So that you know that you can choose the right people to be in your life, the right situations. You know what's best for you. Now, another message from Spirit that we have that I love: bust out of your cocoon. You've been holding yourself in. You've created this skin around you. You've built this wall up. It's time for you to get out of it. It's time for you to blossom into this beautiful butterfly that has been cultivated over time. The one who trusts themselves, and the one who is willing to trust other people so long as they earn it. That's the key. Making sure that whoever is around you has earned your trust. That you have verified that they're worthy of you continuing your trusting in them. You have the discernment. You have that ability, Sag. So please don't doubt yourself going forward. Just give yourself the opportunity to explore life. So that's what I got for you. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.